Well, when it's 6 o'clock, the hoster sings for us. Now that I have enough copper to make more two ingots, it's time to make the final mold that was left away. Need to make a propic mold. And let's take this opportunity and also make a chisel because we're gonna need it. And for the future, let's make some of this. All is left now is to cook this out. Let's take this change and make a little charcoal pit. Just a little 3 by 1 by 3. We got all the wood. No, I'll place all the wood. Just like that, and let's fill this hole with wood. And done. Every log is completely full. Now let's just cover it and toss a torch. Now just wait to get fire. And cover it, and as you can see by the smoke, it's working. When it's done in another day, I will have my charcoal that I'm gonna need for the future. I'll cook it up, so let's pick our price. I just need to find that copper, this one, and place our propic mold on it. Done, and make our chisel. This chisel was not the actual require at this moment, but since I had to place it to burn, I decided to burn it all together, so I don't need to do that later. Not that this is ending. But before that, since now we have a chicken and in a roaster, we should make something for them. Let's make a simple box for them. A nest box. So eventually they will place eggs here for us to harvest it later on. Now let's get inside before the monsters eat us. Let's take it from the mold as before. And I don't have any stick. So it's hammer time. Chisel and propic. It seems we already got our price. 2 eggs. Nice. Well, let's start about the prospecting and the mining. As they say, prospecting is the way to find minerals. At the beginning, we need to look for those small on the surface. So this is an indication there is a copper vein down here. And it's a good idea to mark those. You take it and just mark the place they are. So don't forget, it was there, and there. And see if there anything around anymore. If there is no it, as you can see we have a little more here. Let's see about here. Nothing. Okay, this is just based on vision, and as you can see from most of the torch, this probably should be the middle of it. But let's use the perspective to see it. Large native copper, large, very large too. Sometimes it will give you negatives. Very large, very large, very large, very large. Okay, fine. Now let's pick it through here. This reading here, that says large. Let's place one block to say it. Now let's go a little from this place. Very large here. Now let's go for the other way. Here, large. We are trying to triangulate the position of the vein. The reading about the ores is based on the amount of ores inside the scan radius of the prospect peak. And if you don't know, it's about 12 blocks on each direction you click. So 12 in there, up and down. The quantity of all blocks inside the reading is what means it. Traces is just outside, very outside the vein. Small traces a little inside. Large, then remain the medium, large and very large. Medium, you're getting close to the vein. Very large, you are on it probably, but the large normally means that you are close to the edge of it. So try to triangulate the largest one. It's a good way to get to the middle of the vein at first. Wow, this vein is big. Still very large. No. This one is the large one. So let's place a block here. And we can get a guess where the vein is. So let's pick somewhere in the middle. And let us dig down. Yes, straight down. Different from Minecraft. We can mostly dig down with no problems. The reason why I'm getting up is because I am not ready. I forgot to bring some important stuff. And it's get dark again. Well, if I was curious what I was forgetting, it's just ladders. How can I gonna get up if I don't bring any ladder to it? Now let's dig down. Different from vanilla Minecraft, here we pretty much safe to dig straight down, and we found the ore directly. But here this isn't that good. Now let's dig more and dig more. As you see, this above this part is all gravel. If I mine this block, it's gonna fall. So I need to start from here. Now let's take it. Now let's talk about the infamous cave-in. Every time you mine a rock that has something above it, or even if you don't have, the game rolls a dice, which I call tick. For every time you remove the bottom block below something, like this one, it will roll a dice to see if this gonna happen. And oh my, it did happen in the first try. I sure wasn't expecting that. That was very unlucky. As I was explaining, when you mine this, there is a 10% chance that this block will turn into rumble, this thing, the cobblestone, and fell. And as you see, it not only did fell, but also destroyed a lot of things in this straight line. All that was there was ore, so we lost all that ore. Oh well. Just when I remove the top block, there's a chance, because the bottom blocks don't have anything to fall. So this is a problematic thing. There is nothing we can do to prevent this. Yes, that it is actually. We can make supports. We take 2 logs and a saw to create support beams. For those who had played it before, I probably know about this already. But since I am trying to explain, it's better to do this again. I will place this one just because those are blocks that don't obey gravity. I placed one support here. Even though it look like it does something like hold this block, it don't actually hold it. Need this one. Now let's place the one in the middle. Now we have a support. This horizontal support is where the support things happen. And what is the support thing, you may ask? 4 blocks on each Z or X coordinated will prevent to do the tick thing. So I can mine those blocks without worry now. As you see, this one is gravel, but it did not fall. The support is holding it. That's 1 block, that's 2 block, that's 3 block, and that is the 4th block. This is where we stop. Every time I mine these blocks, the support will prevent 1 block above and 1 below it to check for the tick, to the caving in. And it goes only 4 blocks. So here I have 2 options. 2 types of the support placement. One I call gates and the other I call spine. Now I'll show you gates. Since this vertical is here, it gives us floor blocks in this direction. This is the last one that's safe. So let's just mine the blocks around it. Now this is tricky. I should not remove the block below, because this might cause a problem later on. So let's move this one like this. Remove this block, mine one below just to place those wood blocks that do not fall. and the reason I place them is just because I may need to mine below the supports and don't want them to collapse on their own. So let's place another one here, here, and here, and I can go more 4 blocks ahead without worrying about anything falling in my head. See? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very nice. However, to the side, since this support beam is using already 1 block, I can only go 3 blocks away. So let's take this block here. And continue mining this side. Now this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. This is all I can do from the sides. But I can place another wood here, and removing this, of course. I can place a support here and let another support and create a spinal for it. So what is the basic difference between those two ways? Gates give you 4 blocks ahead and only 3 blocks to the side. Spinal only give you 3 blocks ahead but 4 to each side. So it's up to you to choose what to do. Now this is very important, and I really want you all to think about this with much care. You see this block above the support beam? This block is your ceiling. Do not mine it at any cost possible. So if you need to make start digging higher, goes higher, make a supports, and don't ever mine this block. If they are, leave it there. It's not worthy, because this block is supported by the beam, but the one above don't. And if you mine this, that will tickle the block above it, and it can cause a cave-in, and cave-ins are not stopped by the supports anymore. In the past they are, but now they are not. The supports only prevent the blocking from ticking, for falling. If any block falls anywhere, it can chain react with all blocks that already exist and can cave in, and you have all your cave completely destroyed, and all your walls lost, just like we saw here. We lost all the wall that was there. This is my advice while you're mining. You can do the 2 types of gates and spinal here. Just make a gate to go move ahead and a spinal to go to sides, and you'll be pretty much safe. Don't be that kind of guy that just go mining straight away in a 2 blocks high, it's just 1 wide. The reason why this looks safe is because each time you mine a block, let's say here, only this block, no, let's mine this one, only this and this block will try to tickle about the cave-in, because it's closed all the way around. But as you open the area around, Like here, when I mine this block, this one, and this one, and also the other sides of it will tickle for the caving in, but since only 3 faces are exploded, this is 3 tickles. This is more a likely chance to cave in. Wood is cheap to get, so don't be a Scrooge about it. Play safe and you get all your ores. But now, if you will excuse me, I have some mining to do. Now while we are at the mine, it's time to get some stone for us to either decor our home and building other things. And for that we're gonna use the chisel. The chisel has a lot of modes. We have the stairs mode, where you can mine parts of the block to make it like a stairs. Flatten it, where you click on the face to remove one layer of the said block. We have the detail mode, which is the most advanced thing for people that like to really scope on stone. That's no kidding, you can scope this. And this is smooth too. Now let's smooth this basalt, because I like the color of it. It's look very nice, and I will also need it. But be aware that you cannot smooth the basalt if you have all the things, so you cannot smooth the ceiling so you don't fall, because smooth stone, any kind of smooth stone, do not obey gravity. You place it, it never falls. Well, this is how it looks after some mining. A gate and spinels. All secure. And as I said before, don't take this out unless you have finished the mining completely, and then you wanna risk not take some extra, but don't do that. Play safe. Let's make some stairs here, shall we? Why does it look darker? I will never know. Now that I have the basalt and the smooth basalt, it's time to make something that will help me cook something better. We can make a handstone and a corn base. I'll just place it down here and place the corn, and it's done. Now let's take some food. Let's take this one. Gonna give you the D, and I'm gonna stack. I'll take your bigger one. Now let's place it here and give it the ice pin. It's done. Now I have cornmeal, and with that I can do stuff like make some alcohol, or combine with a bucket of water to make some dough, so you can have some bread for us. It's still day, so let's make this quickly. Here we are. Now only thing left is to cook it, and for that I need a fireplace, which I don't have anymore. But it's okay, it's very easy to make another one. 1, 2, 3, and light up. Here we go. Now let's place some wood here and let's cook our dog. Now we have our bread, but let's keep it cooking a little more. I don't like it very soft. Medium is okay. Take back our wood here. We can cook the egg too. Hey, let's cook the egg. Why not? Now we have bread and eggs, so we can now make sandwiches. Let's use everything we can. Now we have a grain, we have a protein, now we have a vegetable, and I should have one. Well, I don't need to get it. Let's get some fruit. And I'll get some fruit also. Now we could just add another ingredient, but I don't have. So let's place tomatoes. Tomatoes are good. Now create a sandwich. It is sweet and savory. Now, cheers. It's starting to start to rise in my protein. What's left is this one, but this one is a lot complicated to get, especially now. So let's create some more so we can store them. I believe this ceramic vessel will give me all the copper I need to do the next step. So let's just pray it is, or else I need to cook it more later. But that's not that big problem, is it? No, it's not. Oh, how cute. They unboxed to lay the eggs. Well then, it's time to take out charcoal. They are done. Let's just take this beautiful charcoal here. Oh, it's not that beautiful. This was just a small charcoal pit. The bigger it is, less wood you waste on doing this. So if you plan to make a lot of charcoal, make it as big as your patience to chop down woods allow you to, because it's a lot of wood. 45 charcoal, well, could be better if you take account that was 9 stacks of 16 wood, but it's okay. And now to close this episode, it's just to do the same thing as ever, show you my statistics. These things has changed.